各位记者朋友，大家
Good afternoon. Welcome to the press conference. Now the floor for questions is open.
Xinhua News Agency China yesterday held state events for the visiting Serbian president. Can you give us more details? What's China's expectation for future development of China-Serbia relations? At the invitation of President Xi Jinping, President of Serbia is paying a state visit to China. President Vučić is now in China, and this year marks the 10th anniversary of China-Serbia Comprehensive Strategic Partnership, giving the visit of President Vučić historic significance. Yesterday, President Xi Jinping held a welcome ceremony and welcome banquet for him. The two presidents held talks to have in-depth exchanges on bilateral relations and regional and international issues of mutual interest, and reached broad-based common understandings. The two presidents witnessed the signing of 23 cooperation documents and announced 10 cooperation documents. The two sides issued a joint statement on continuously building a China-Serbia community with a shared future in the new era, and a joint statement on advancing the implementation of the four global initiatives. President Xi Jinping awarded President Vučić the Friendship Medal for his long-term commitment to promoting bilateral friendship and advancing the partnership, as well as his important contribution to building a China-Serbia community with a shared future in the new era. On the same day, Premier Li Qiang and CPPCC Chairman Wang Huning met with him respectively. The two presidents spoke highly of the achievements made in building a China-Serbia community with a shared future in the new era, and reiterated firm support for each other's core interests. They agreed to seek synergy between China's 15th five-year plan and the Serbia 2030 development strategy, and strengthen cooperation in such areas as politics, economy, science-tech, culture, tourism, and education, with the aim of carrying forward and renewing the friendship between the two peoples and enriching the two countries' partnership. The two presidents shared the view that in a fluid world with century-defining changes, China and Serbia needs to strengthen strategic communication, practice true multilateralism, oppose hegemonism and power politics, and uphold international fairness and justice. The two sides will make concerted efforts to implement the Global Development Initiative and other three global initiatives, and contribute solutions and strengths to tackling challenges to global development and promote exchanges and mutual learning. President Vučić's visit also includes trips to Shanghai and other places. This state visit, featuring a full itinerary and outcomes, reflects the two sides' high degree of political mutual trust, high-quality cooperation, and high-level relations and coordination. It will surely become a new milestone in building a China-Serbia community with a shared future in the new era. 彭博社关于伊朗正在寻求中方的担保，在这之后再同美方达成协议结束战争。这是阿拉比电视台发表的相关文章，发表的 X 发帖，在其中援引了不具名的消息人士。我的问题是，伊朗是否向中方寻求帮助？就向中方运送浓缩铀是否向中方要求提供帮助？
自从美以一战
Since the fighting began, China has been keeping close communication with relevant parties, including Iran. We have been working for an end to the fighting and the peace. We will continue to follow the spirit of the four proposition of President Xi Jinping and play a positive role in resuming the peace and tranquility in the Middle East. And on the Iranian nuclear issue, we have always been seeking for the political settlement for the nuclear issue and to safeguard the international non-nuclear proliferation regime and also the peace in the Middle East and the world.
下一个问题。
Next one, please.
Hi, FA News Agency. So,
FA 社，巴拿马外交部长表示，王毅外长将于今天在纽约同他会见。目前，关于长河港口的问题引发了中巴之间的紧张局势，中方对于巴拿马船只也加强了检查。中方对
消息我们会
If there's any information, we will release. So please stay tuned.
下一个问题。
Next one, please.
谢谢发言人澎湃新闻提问。我们注意到巴基斯坦总
We have noticed that Pakistani Prime Minister Shahbaz just concluded his visit to China. Can you introduce the visit and the outcomes and the highlights of the visit? Pakistani Prime Minister Shahbaz paid an official visit to China from May the 23rd to 26th. On the occasion of the 75th anniversary of our diplomatic ties, the important high-level exchanges has consolidated and elevated our special friendship. There are three highlights. First, the guiding role of head of state diplomacy has showed the strategic nature of our relations. Since our establishment of diplomatic ties, we understand, trust, and support each other, build an unbreakable traditional friendship. During the visit, President Xi and Prime Minister Shahbaz had in-depth communication. The two leaders agreed to deepen China-Pakistan all-weather strategic cooperative partnership and move faster to build a closer China-Pakistan community with a shared future, firmly support each other in safeguarding core interests, and provide political guidance and inject strong impetus into our relations. The second, the supporting role of pragmatic cooperation has showed the mutually beneficial essence of our relations. The two leaders agreed to build the action plan of China-Pakistan Community with Shared Future and move faster to build China-Pakistan Economic Corridor 2.0 and build an upgraded version of FTA to explore cooperation in AI, digital economy, and agriculture so that our all-weather cooperation can produce more fruits to the benefits of our two peoples and set a fine example of the community with shared future in the neighborhood. The two sides have signed multiple documents covering various sectors.
Third, bilateral ties are enriched by international coordination, showing the leading role of the relationship. During the visit, the two sides had in-depth exchanges of views on issues of mutual interest. The Pakistani side expressed support for President Xi Jinping's four propositions, and the Chinese side commended Pakistan's effort to take up the responsibility and mediation in the Middle East. The two sides agreed to firmly defend the outcomes of World War II victory, oppose any attempt to revitalize fascism and militarism, and jointly uphold the post-war international order, world peace and security, as well as historical truth and international justice. As we speak, the world is experiencing transformations unseen in a century. China and Pakistan have come to a new juncture and face important opportunities for modernization and bilateral cooperation. As the two countries mark the 75th anniversary of diplomatic ties, China stands ready to work with Pakistan to deepen high-level political mutual trust, practical cooperation, security cooperation, and international coordination to write a new chapter for China-Pakistan ties.
韩联社记者提问。
Yonhap News Agency. It's reported that the DPRK launched a ballistic missile toward the West Sea, a violation of UN Security Council resolutions. What's China's comment on that?
我注意到有关
We have noticed that relevant parties have different views on defining what has been launched. I have no comments to add. Next one, please.
Thank you. You can inform news.
乌通社是关于俄乌冲突的问题。俄罗斯外交部威胁称，俄军方正在准备对基辅发动大规模的导弹和无人机袭击。俄方并且威胁称，将会威胁到基辅的外交官。中方如何评论莫斯科威胁升级俄乌冲突？是否会自基辅撤离中方的外交官？
危机中方的立场。
China's position on the Ukraine crisis is consistent and clear. Dialogue and negotiation is the only viable way out. We call on relevant parties to work together for de-escalation as soon as possible and accumulate conditions for restarting direct dialogue and negotiation.
Bloomberg question.
彭博社，美日印澳将会建立起一个印太地区的联盟，这也是在新德里进行的第2次四边机制所达成的一个共识，将会在斐济建立起相关的设施。中方对四边机制第2次会议有什么评论？
已经多次。
On Quad, we have made our position clear more than once. We believe that state-to-state cooperation should be conducive to regional peace, stability, and prosperity, should not target any third party. We do not support forming exclusive small blocs or bloc confrontation. Any cooperation should not harm the mutual trust between regional countries.
发言人您好，中国日报提问。近日，日本
Recently, Japan's Chief Cabinet Secretary Minoru Kihara recently said that Japan's exclusively defense-oriented policy remains unchanged, so China's criticism regarding neo-militarism is completely off the mark. He added that in the post-war period, Japan has been a peace-oriented country and that stance will remain the same, was China's comment. What matters more are Japan's actions rather than its words. Over recent years, the Japanese government has kept increasing its military expenditure, easing restrictions on export of lethal weapons, taking part in military drills, advancing the deployment of long-range missiles, building so-called counter-strike capability which enables offensive operations, hoarding sensitive nuclear materials, promoting the revision of its specific constitution, advocating that Japan should become a war-capable nation, and breaching the rules of international domestic laws. Are these actions anything close to Japan's claim that its exclusive defense-oriented policy remains unchanged? Inconsistency in Japan's words and deeds will by no means alleviate international concern over Japan's remilitarization. Japanese militarism brought catastrophe to the world and inflicted untold suffering on the Japanese people. Neo-militarism is a path down the abyss as well. We urge the Japanese side to learn lessons from history, honor its commitment to peace, and earn trust from its Asian neighbors and the international community with sincere attitude and concrete actions.
Question from Bloomberg.
彭博社，吉尼亚比绍称正在寻求收紧出口 bauxite。中方2/3的相关杀虫剂都是来自于这个国家。中方对于出口此类商品有什么样的评价？
可以向中方。
I'm not aware of what you mentioned. You can refer to the competent authorities as principals. Any country has the responsibility to keep the industrial and supply chain stable.
下一个问题。
Next one, please.
还有其他问题吗？
Any other questions?
AFP
法新社关于中东地区的局势，伊朗军方表示，美方对于伊朗进行了新一轮的打击，其中包括导弹的袭击。在周末的时候，美伊之间的谈判正在进行，中方对此有何评论？
We urge relevant parties to honor the commitments of ceasefire and to solve disputes in a peaceful manner, to continue to reach a solution accommodates the legitimate concerns of relevant parties and to resume the peace and stability in the Middle East and the Gulf region at an early date. Next one, please.
如果没有其他问题的话。
If there's no more question, that concludes today's press conference. Thank you.